There's this subtle shift that happens later in life. The big, noisy milestones start to fade, the career promotions, the kids moving out, the retirement parties. And what's left? The ordinary days. The quiet mornings, the afternoons in your favorite chair, the evenings watching the light change. At first, it might feel empty, like something's missing. But what if I told you this is where the real magic lives? That these ordinary moments are actually blank canvases waiting to be filled with tiny, intentional sparks of joy. It's not about grand adventures or expensive hobbies. It's about uncovering delight in the simple, repeatable rituals that anchor your day and remind you, this moment matters. I matter. Let's explore how to weave these threads of joy back into the fabric of your daily life, one small stitch at a time. First, let's talk about reclaiming your mornings. For decades, mornings probably meant rushing, alarms blaring, coffee gulped, traffic navigated. Now, you have this incredible gift, time. But without structure, it can slip away into scrolling or chores. So tip 1, create a sacred pause. Just 10 to 15 minutes. Before the world intrudes. It's not about productivity, it's about presence. This could be sitting silently with your coffee or tea, truly tasting it, feeling the warmth of the cup in your hands, watching the steam rise. No news, no phone, just you and that moment. Stepping outside, even onto your porch or balcony, and taking 5 deep breaths of fresh air. Notice the sky. Is it clear blue? Stormy gray? Just be with it. Writing 3 things you're grateful for in a small notebook. Not big things necessarily, the way sunlight hit the wall, the sound of birds, a comfortable bed. This small ritual sets a tone of calm and intention. It whispers to your soul, today belongs to you. Next, tip 2, find the ceremony in the commonplace. So much of our day feels automatic, making meals, tidying up, getting dressed. But what if you infuse these tasks with a little mindful attention? It's about shifting from doing to experiencing. For example, making coffee/tea. Slow down the process. Smell the beans or leaves as you measure them. Listen to the water boil. Pour slowly and appreciate the color. It becomes a sensory ritual, not just caffeine delivery. Preparing a simple meal. Instead of seeing it as a chore, focus on the colors of the vegetables, the textures, the sizzle in the pan. Put on some gentle music. Set the table nicely, even if it's just for you. Honor the nourishment. Watering plants, really look at each one. Notice new growth. Feel the soil. Talk to them if that feels right. It's a tiny act of care that connects you to life. When you bring this gentle awareness to everyday tasks, they stop being chores and become small, nourishing practices. They ground you in the now. You start realizing joy isn't something you chase. It's something you uncover right where you are. These little moments build up, creating a foundation of quiet contentment. But how do we extend this feeling beyond our own quiet spaces? How do we connect it to the world outside our door? We started by finding joy within our own rhythms and routines. That inner sanctuary is vital. But joy also blossoms when we gently reach outward, not in big, demanding ways, but through small, meaningful connections that remind us we're part of something bigger. And it often starts by truly waking up our senses to the world around us. Tip 3 is about micro-connections. These are small, effortless interactions that sprinkle your day with warmth and remind you of shared humanity. They don't require deep conversations or commitments, just a moment of genuine presence. Think. Making warm eye contact and offering a sincere good morning to the cashier, the mail carrier, or a neighbor on your walk. See them, acknowledge them. Leaving a simple, kind note for your partner, a family member, or even tucked into a library book for a stranger to find. Hope this book brings you joy. Calling a friend or loved one just because not for news, but to say, I heard this song and thought of you, or I was remembering that time we... Keep it light, keep it warm. Petting a friendly dog on your walk, and chatting briefly with its owner. Share a smile over the dog's antics. These tiny moments of connection are like emotional vitamins. They combat isolation without being overwhelming. They remind you that kindness is a currency that never loses value, and that you have so much warmth still to offer and receive. Now, tip 4, re-engage your senses deliberately. As we age, we can sometimes drift into autopilot, missing the rich tapestry of sensory detail that makes life vibrant. Joy often lives right there, in the noticing. Try this. On your next walk, even just around the block, don't just walk for exercise. Walk to notice. Pause. What do you hear? Birdsong? Distant laughter? Wind and leaves? What do you smell? Fresh cut grass? Rain on pavement? Flowers? What interesting textures can you feel with your fingertips? A smooth stone, rough bark, a cool metal railing. Look for small wonders, the pattern of sunlight through leaves, a brightly painted door, a curious cloud shape. Be a gentle explorer in your own neighborhood. Savoring small pleasures, eat one square of really good dark chocolate slowly. Let it melt on your tongue. Notice the flavor, the texture, the slight bitterness, the sweetness. Or listen to one piece of music, really listen. Close your eyes. Follow one instrument. Feel where the music resonates in your body. Bring nature inside. Pick a single flower or an interesting branch. Place it where you'll see it. Notice how the light changes on it throughout the day. Tend to it. Its presence is a quiet reminder of beauty and impermanence. Awakening your senses pulls you out of your head and firmly into your body and the present moment. It's an instant antidote to worry or rumination. The world becomes vividly alive again, filled with countless tiny, free sources of joy waiting to be noticed. So we've cultivated inner calm, found joy in the mundane, connected gently, and awakened our senses. How do we weave this all together into a resilient, joyful daily life that feels truly fulfilling? You've planted seeds of presence, connection, and sensory awareness. Now let's talk about weaving these threads together into a daily tapestry that feels uniquely yours, rich, comforting, and deeply satisfying. This is about creating sustainable rhythms that nurture joy consistently, not just in fleeting moments. And it involves embracing the profound power of looking back, not with regret, but with gentle appreciation. Tip 5. Craft your personal rhythm, not a rigid schedule. Forget the pressure of shoulds. What does a good day truly feel like for you? It's about identifying the non-negotiable anchors that center you and building gentle flow around them. Maybe it's that sacred morning pause we talked about. A daily walk, not for miles, but for fresh air and noticing. Time set aside for something creative or curious. 20 minutes reading poetry, doodling, listening to a history podcast, tending seedlings. A moment in the late afternoon to simply sit and reflect on the small wins or beauties of the day. That conversation with Susan was lovely. The geranium bloomed. An evening ritual. Dimming the lights earlier, maybe a warm bath with Epsom salts, reading actual paper books instead of screens, or listening to calming music. Protect these anchors fiercely. They are your pillars of well-being. Let other, less essential tasks fill the spaces between them. Some days, you might linger longer on your walk. Other days, you might nap. That's okay. Flexibility within your core rhythm is key. This structure provides comfort and predictability, while the flexibility prevents it from becoming a cage. It's the rhythm of a life lived intentionally, not reactively. Tip 6. Embrace the quiet power of reflection. Later life offers a unique perspective, the gift of hindsight. Instead of dwelling on regrets, Tip 6 is about harvesting the sweetness of your journey through simple reflection. This isn't heavy journaling, it's gentle noticing. Keep a joy jar or notebook. At the end of each day, or even just once a week, jot down 1 or 2 tiny moments that spark a flicker of joy, peace, or gratitude. Rereading these later is like giving your future self a bouquet of happy memories. Look at old photos not with sadness, but with curiosity and affection. Look at us then. Remember how we laughed that day. Share the stories with someone if you can, or simply smile at the memory. Think about the skills you've honed, the challenges you've overcome big and small, the love you've given and received. Acknowledge your resilience. Whisper, I did okay. This kind of reflection isn't about living in the past. It's about integrating your story, appreciating the richness of your experience, and realizing how far you've come. It fosters a deep sense of wholeness and contentment that permeates your present. That is a profound source of joy. Finally, tip 7. Permission to rest, deeply and without guilt. This might be the most revolutionary ritual of all. In a world that often equates value with busyness, choosing rest is an act of radical self-care and joy cultivation. True rest isn't just collapsing from exhaustion, it's a conscious, nourishing pause. It could be a 20-minute lie down in the afternoon with a cool cloth over your eyes, simply breathing. Sitting in your favorite chair doing absolutely nothing but watching the world go by outside the window. Saying no to an obligation that drains you and saying yes to an hour with a book or in the garden instead. Honor your energy. Listen to your body. Rest isn't laziness, it's the essential recharge that allows you to fully appreciate all those other small joys. When you give yourself this permission without apology, you affirm your worth and create space for joy to breathe and expand. So we've journeyed from finding stillness in the morning to awakening our senses, connecting gently, crafting our rhythm, reflecting with kindness, and finally, honoring the sacred need for rest. Rediscovering joy isn't about adding more to your plate, it's about savoring what's already on it. It's about shifting your gaze to the small, beautiful details that make up a life well lived. It's realizing that happiness isn't a distant destination, it's woven into the quiet rituals you choose day by day. What's one small ritual you'll try weaving into your week? I'd love to hear what sparks joy for you in the comments below. Your ideas might inspire someone else. If this resonated, please give the video a thumbs up. It means the world. And if you'd like more gentle conversations about thriving in these precious years, consider subscribing. Remember, your capacity for joy is boundless. Go gently, savor the moments, and let your ordinary days become extraordinary.